Hi, Scott Miller, CBSSports.com with the Cincinnati Reds down here in Sarasota, Florida. And we found a big Reds fan. I'm with
Tim Ball.
And Tim, you're from Cincinnati?
I am. That's correct, Cincinnati.
The city, not one of those suburbs?
Well, I'm from Milford, east
Okay.
of Cincinnati, but yes.
All right. And you've been down in Sarasota here how long?
We flew down Tuesday morning. So we've been here since Tuesday.
Better weather down here?
Better weather down here, yes, absolutely.
Who's your favorite Cincinnati Red, Tim?
We like several. I'm glad to see Jay Bruce and Joey Votto this year, but I'm also looking forward to see a couple guys like Todd Frazier and some other players I want to see.
Who's your favorite all-time Cincinnati Red?
I'd have to say Pete Rose.
Yeah. Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
He should, absolutely.
All
no
right,
question.
I figured that might be the answer coming from a true blue Reds fan.
That is correct.
How long do you go back with the Reds, Tim?
Since I was a little kid. I mean, I'm 40 years old now, but I remember the Big Red Machine in 75, 76. So, and in the area through Lou Piniella and Davey Johnson, I've been a huge Reds fan for a long time.
You get down to the ballpark quite a bit in Cincinnati?
We do. Normally, we go to probably 8 to 10 games a year. Yeah.
What's your favorite Reds memory?
I have to say one time my grandfather has passed away, but I remember a time when we saw the Reds play the Mets, and I saw Eric Davis sliding to third base, and Ray Knight was playing third base, and he slid in hard, and they got into a fight. And it was an amazing memory.
Yeah, that was TV watching or at the game?
That was physically at the game.
Wow, that got you ramped up. I bet. Do you still hate Ray Knight to this day?
No, I like Ray Knight, but the game also went into extra innings, and they played pitchers in the outfield because they ran out of position players.
Wow, that's the great thing.
I got to see Jesse Orozco play right field. So
you're one of the few people alive, I'm sure, that in person can actually say that. That's one of the great things about the game. You never know night to night what you're going to see.
That is correct.
Now, speaking of that, and this is probably one of the less pleasant things you see for a Reds fan, aside from the 8 consecutive losing seasons, I have to mention that. This is the last season in Sarasota, Florida. Last spring, Reds are moving out to share a facility with the Cleveland Indians in Goodyear, Arizona next year. And, Tim, you said that's one reason you made darn sure to get down here again this year.
Right. I've got a 9-year-old, and I wanted him to come down and see the Reds in Florida. So we flew down to see that. But, we'll miss it.
Will you be able to get to Arizona or not?
Probably so. I'm sure we'll figure out a way one way or the other.
Yeah. All right. Great American Ballpark. You like that?
Great facility. Absolutely.
And what about the Ken Griffey Jr. trade last year? Were you for or against?
I think the Reds did the right thing. I think they had to let him and Dunn go. I mean, it's time for a change. I mean, I hate to see him go. I mean, I grew up watching him play high school ball at Moeller High School in Cincinnati. So, I followed his whole career. But I hate to see him go, but I think it was best for the Reds and for him.
Yeah. Last question. What's going to happen to get on the north side of 500 this year?
I think it all comes down to hitting this year. I think their pitching is going to be outstanding. But I think if the young players come through and if they can find somebody to play left field, I think they'll have a tremendous year.
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of guys lined up to tryouts, left field tryouts this spring here in Sarasota. Maybe you'll see one of the key plays that decides it.
Absolutely.
All right, with Tim Baugh, I'm Scott Miller, CBSSports.com, with the Reds in Sarasota, Florida.